Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining our SAP webinar today. My name is Pratik, and I'm your host for today's session. And we're delighted to have our SAP expert Anuraag with us as we discover VoyagerNext, the transformational rise with SAP, a key service which is provided by Rialtes. But before we dive in, let me quickly give you a quick overview of who we are and what we do at Rialtes. We are a global consulting organization with operations in US, Canada, India, UAE, and Singapore. We have our headquarters based out in Austin, Texas. And what we really do is we help Fortune 500 organizations solve complex challenges through the help of technology. We specialize in SAP implementations across various industries and various verticals. A few reasons why customers choose us is number one, the extensive experience we have in managing large-scale enterprise level and complex SAP implementations. The trust that we have built over the years with a strong reputation within the SAP ecosystem, and the integrity with which we work with our clients has made us a preferred partner for all of them. With this short introduction, I am excited to hand over things to Anuraag. Anuraag, all yours.
Thank you, Pratik, for the introductions and for the company overview. I'm just going to switch next to what has happened recently after the Sapphire Business Unleashed events. The whole nomenclature of SAP has changed now, and we're going to talk about that a little bit before we jump into what is VoyagerNext and how we are helping customers to adopt to this. So this slide must be familiar with a lot of people. The Rising Sun was supported by BTP, and now the Platform Foundation, which is now supported by the Business AI across the platform, right? There is a new semicircle on top of that, which is AI-powered, Joule-powered. A lot of products are coming and already launched in GA for this. There is now the Joule Studio coming in, which is available, the Business AI foundational layer, which is available across platform. Joule has more capabilities and more are being rolled out with every release. And there is the major nomenclature change now is that the row with Rise and Grow with SAP and how they have changed and evolved into different suites and packages, which makes it easier for the customer to pick and choose what is it that they are looking forward to, right? So the new nomenclature, what does it say? Now the whole solution is split into two parts, which is the SAP Business Suite, which was historically known as Grow with SAP. It is another name for public cloud. And then on the right-hand side, you have SAP Cloud ERP Private. As the name suggests, this is private cloud. And this is based on Rise with SAP. So the Business Suite package is for somebody who is starting new with SAP. They can go ahead and buy the licenses for any of the boxes below and then get started with that. And for the large enterprise customers with more complex customizations and requirements, you have the SAP Cloud ERP Private option. This does not affect the old customers, so they still have access to whatever they have already bought. But going forward, since May, this is the new nomenclature that you will be hearing from SAP and from partners like us. Now, under Business Suite, what is coming in? There are two packages, each for finance. There's a base package which covers your core applications, and there's a premium package which has add-ons. Similarly, there is a base package for supply chain, and there is a premium package for supply chain as well. Apart from that, the whole category of FUE is now dissolved from Business Suite. You have operational user, self-service user, and developer user. They are one-to-one mapped with the licenses that you buy. And on top of that, you can also buy a user which is using both finance and SCM base. Right? So there are now there's 8 categories of licenses available which are ready to be purchased, right? So this is your Business Suite of the world and the business packages of the world. On top of that, the success factors, Ariba, and everything else almost remains the same. There are different packaging options, so don't get confused about that. Talk to us if you need clarity about how the packages are available across different suites. But the major difference which has happened that we are highlighting here. On the right hand side, it is not as big of a change because your core business applications of private edition, your SAP Analytics Cloud, the ESM and Taulia is now available in the core package. Taulia, if somebody doesn't know, is a company acquired by SAP now to manage cash flows. And obviously, this is now managed by your supplier portal for the ERP private edition. And based on that, you have other packages and tools which can be added on top of that. Okay. If still you have any confusions, please talk to us. We can clarify what is coming new. And so we put things in perspective that you won't get confused of what is coming in and what is going to be talked about in the rest of the year, this year at least. Our services, we cover the length and breadth of the whole SAP ecosystem. Any solution starting from, let's say, order to cash or procure to pay or any hire to retire, whatever you think of, we are supporting that from a functional perspective where we help you redesign the process, and from technical perspective where you have custom or standard developments to be activated or built on top of the platform itself, be it the public cloud or be it the private cloud. Now, the whole Voyager program covers the technology plus the business suite. Now, on the left-hand side, you see that the technology stack, which is the core capability deck of S4, where you have your 5 pillars which are supporting S4 developments in various editions. The build, it is now the go-to platform for building anything which is low code, no code. It is obviously built on SAP BTP platform, which also has integration suite. Then you have the archiving and the documentation access by OpenText, which is again a solution for all your archiving needs. You can buy directly from SAP itself. We can help you do that. And then the last one is the Tricentis for testing solutions. This is Underdog, which a lot of customers are now using and realizing that how automation is helping testing scenarios. Just an FYI that Tricentis is a certified and validated solution for SAP solutions. So we feel free to use that as well. Now on the left-hand side, you have the success factors suite, which is divided into 4 major categories for learning, your core HR package, talent acquisition, and pay for performance. Again, these are 4 packages, but if you want to split and buy, that also is available, and we can service you accordingly for that as well. On the lower bottom side and the right-hand side, we see Ariba, which has 4 primary pillars from procurement, the category management, central invoicing and buying, and supplier risk management. Again, 4 different categories we can pick and choose. And obviously, all of this is now supported by the business AI. Your core technology stack, your core business stack, everything is connected via the business AI services. And Joule is getting more and more powerful of how this is served and used by the users, and how IT can enable the usage of AI in a controlled, staggered, and still ethical manner, the way it does not comply, or it does comply with your ethics and goals. So as I said, Joule is now everywhere. It is part of the platform. It is evolving. We have it enabled out of the box. It is ready to go for custom scenario for a lot of standard scenarios. And there are more scenarios now being added very aggressively by SAP in the product line. And whatever scenarios you do not have, we can help you customize those scenarios using the Joule Studio, which is now part of the offering available as GA as well. And the whole platform is, so it can talk to any of the SAP systems, right? Across wherever you have connected systems available. And we can help you as enable this part of the Voyager program. The next hot topic is the Business Data Cloud. Again, it is part of the offering for VoyagerNext. Business Data Cloud is for people who have a lot of historical BW systems or data catalog management systems which are sitting in or outside SAP. where there are a lot of objects being stored at various segmented places, and there are ODS kind of interfaces or relation databases which are sitting again segregated in top of either on-premise systems, let's say your data center hosted SQL Cloud, or it is on a hyperscaler where you have Snowflake kind of systems sitting somewhere else. So in any case, what Business Data Cloud is offering that you integrate these all platforms and systems into one single harmony of data catalog, which will be available on cloud. And since it is SAP, it can seamlessly talk to at least SAP products. And since it is SAP, you will have a lot of AI, ML, and analytical capabilities coming out of this. This inherently connects to SAP Analytics Cloud and is part of the DataSphere platform, which can help you really put things together when it comes to the data perspective, right? So again, as part of the VoyagerNext, this is also part of the journey where if you do not have anything, any data lake or any kind of data aggregation platform, we can start with new. Or if you have anything already available and you want to migrate and opt for a new cloud, that also is covered part of this. Now we've spoken about the AI, we've spoken about the data. Now what about the processes? SAP has Signavio and LeanIX, right? So Signavio again is an underdog where you can map and transform and document what your business processes are. And as part of the Voyager, you have the 5 pillars where we help you do the process mining of what the process is actually in the company and how we can bring that system to the SAP system itself. How that process will be mapped in the system, we can visualize that. Once that is mapped, how do we govern that process that it is enforced and it is executed properly? And then how do we work with the management to roll it out and enforce it with the terms of AI and plus oversight? So all these services are part of our Signavio platform and will be available under Voyager also. So we've talked about the core S4 cloud, which is split across two channels now, your SAP business packages plus SAP ERP Cloud Private. Then we spoke about all the technology stack, which covers the length and breadth of BTP and its components, supported by Ariba and SuccessFactors from business perspective. Then we have Joule, which is enabled now across almost every product of SAP. And that Joule system can be backed up by BDC if you have a core catalog system accessing all the data across all systems, SAP and non-SAP in the ecosystem. And then is the Signavio, where you can really outline what processes you want to enable and how they are being tracked and how they can optimize your business, right? All these services are now part of our Voyager program. You can pick and choose of what we are doing and how staggered you want the way to be. There are various kind of methodologies which will you implement and bring it close to your platform. And we will give you various options of how the Voyager can be suited to you. So there are 3 options primarily: the greenfield, the brownfield, and the hybrid. Again, all of them are popular. Customers can pick and choose. Even in a single project, you can do your S4 as brownfield, and you can do your SuccessFactors or HR transformation as hybrid, where you have a 2-tier landscape. So a lot of permutations and combinations are available under the Voyager program. In the greenfield, you know that you build from scratch. There's a clean slate where you get started with. Signavio is the best tool to be used here, where you get started with Signavio, map out and hash out the business process discussions, and then implement the best and the standard of SAP, and then think about customizations. The brownfield for already chiseled projects where system runs, there are minor changes required, but the overall process is very fine-tuned. And there is always an option for hybrid. For example, if your production planning is broken, but your finance is really solid, so the production planning can go as greenfield, and the finance can still run as hybrid and as brownfield implementation, which we just do the lift and shift of things. All these programs, again, that is part of the voucher, we will cover it for you. So in a nutshell, we want to offer that you should modernize with us with confidence. There is a lot of ambiguity of what is happening with the product names, but we can help you clarify that at what essentially it means and how the core system is really evolving and can help out your organization. If you already have an ECC system, you already have an S4 on-prem system, you do not have anything or a competitive product, please work with us. We can help you advise the right solution for that. Once the product is identified, we want to streamline your migration during various processes. We will use standard tools and approaches which are recommended by SAP. If they do not work out for you, we can modify them and build totally custom of how the project should be governed. A big bang go live or a rollout, everything can work. And then once you have the streamlined things, then you obviously enhance your system to continuously upgrade and use the most of it. SAP is a big investment, and we want to help you make the most of the changes out of this. If there are business processes running outside the system and they can be brought into the system, it is again an option to streamline and do cost savings. So please do not think of SAP just from a cost perspective. It is not about how you're paying them, but how much you can extract from the system to introduce efficiency in your organization. And having said that, I will just conclude my slides. We are available in 9 locations as of now, hoping to make it double digits very soon. So please talk to us wherever you are, and we can help you work around this. Thank you so much for today's webinar. You have been a patient audience. Prateek, Aniket, please tell me if there are any questions coming in from the chat and I can help answer that.
In the meantime, I'd request all of our audiences to follow with us on LinkedIn. We keep having such informative webinars on SAP as well as Salesforce. So when you follow with us, you'll get to know what the upcoming topics are, when the webinar is scheduled, and all the other details. One thing that we can definitely assure is these webinars will add a lot of value to whatever you are doing in your existing space. So yeah, LinkedIn is the space where you get to see all of our webinars, as well as you can check our website for what are the next upcoming webinars that we will be hosting.
Prateek, I think somebody posted a question in the host chat. So the question for everyone is that has the minimum tiers changed or the licensing model has changed? So yes, it is. As I explained earlier, the business suite packages has a different per user license now and does not use the FUE concept. That means that whatever licenses you buy, those are the actual number of users that you get. Whereas in the private cloud, the FUE model still exists. So there's a mapping between different types of users, and depending on the full user, the operational user, the key user, and the developer, those FUEs will be divided as per the quota. And there is also a little change in how many minimum number of licenses one can buy, and that we can discuss, once you reach out to us. Yeah. So the second question, which I'm getting is, can the users, can the S4 on-prem systems migrate to the ERP business package? Yes, that can be done. We can involve SAP in that, and we can do a pre-study and evaluation for you. If you have to discard your on-premise system and do a migration to the cloud system, it can be private first, but if you want to go back to grow, then we will just analyze your system about the how many documentations and what processes are you using, and then we can advise accordingly. I hope that answers that.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Anuraag, for a wonderful, informative session. We look forward to having much more sessions on SAP from you. Thank you so much, all the audiences wish you have a wonderful rest of the evening. And if you're joining in from the other part of the continent, wish you have a wonderful rest of the day ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.